Alrighty, what's up everybody? Peter Gilmore here for this late night video right here on the Peter Gilmore YouTube Wrestling video. Hit that subscribe button down below. Subscribe to my other channels. Links are down below in the description box. And as always, follow me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, share this video all over the internet, and tap that bell, turn on all my notifications so you never miss an upload. And that's all you gotta do. All you gotta do. Simple as that. And have fun. And the chat room is open. Let's talk to you as right now, it's my second video of the night. Check out my Raw review that I did earlier tonight in the description box below. The Killer Demons channel. Give it a like, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. And that's all I gotta say about that. But right now, live on YouTube, it is time for your late night AEW Dynamite review for June the 24th, 2000, Daly's Place in Orlando, in Jacksonville, Florida. Not Orlando, Jacksonville, Florida. Fighter Fest Night 1. Gonna be some good stuff next week. Got Fighter Fest Night 1 for AEW and back the Great American Bash. So WWE wants to get more ratings, so we have to bring back the Great American Bash. Why couldn't you bring back July 8th when you have a bit bigger card with Adam Cole Baby defending against Keith Lee? I know I'm gonna talk about some more, but Keith Lee beat Finn Balor and Johnny Gargano to obtain the North American title, and now he goes on to July 8th to face Adam Cole Baby for his title and DC World Title. Winner take all July 8th. Keith Lee, Adam Cole Baby. In 2 weeks, I think he might, but a lot of people saying that it's gonna be Killer Cross. I'm going with my gut. I think Killer Cross will be the guy to beat at NXT TakeOver Boston in August. I really don't think it's gonna be Keith Lee just yet. I mean, he'll get the belt, but I don't think it's gonna be right now. I'll be shocked, but if they go that route and then they end Cole's reign on July 8th, just around 400 days. I think it's at 381 or 385 right now. Getting close to 385 and all that, but getting very close to 400. So about 2 weeks of just to be around 400 days as champion, but we'll see what happens with that. Up against the Great American Bash from NXT. We'll see what happens. All right, so AEW tonight was a pretty good show, as always, because it's the best show on Wednesday night, best show on television, period. And like I said, it was the go-home edition of the show as we go to Fighter Fest next week with a big stacked card and two in just a little bit. It was a good show. We had Brian Cage in action. We had Hikaru Shida in night 1. Match I'll get to in a minute. We've seen Wardlow Revival in action. I guess there's interesting things happening with that, with the Bucks. And night 2, then we had an epic brawl. That was pretty nice to hype their match for night 2. We saw some blood, motherfuckers, and that's all I gotta say about it. But let's get into the review. Let's not wait. So we started off with match. We had the Lumberjacks, the faces on this side of the ring. MJF was ring chairman. This was like hitting. They go at it. Just the start line. Luchasaurus rose to the outside where Jungle Boy and Marco Stunt check up on him. A little bit of Jurassic Express. Wardlow gets out of the ring, rolls Luchasaurus back in the ring, and he starts whipping his ass. And then hits an uppercut, sends Lucha out to the heel side of the ring where they attack, only for Luchasaurus to go dino mode, just start go, I'm gonna beat everybody up, sends them flying all the way. Wardlow distracts him, hits a right hand, and then MJF grabs the leg of Luchasaurus on the apron. Wardlow grabs him and sends him into the ring, hits a suplex with ease. And And then he tries again for another suplex. Lucha floats over, and then some high kicks. But Wardlow catches one of them, hits a fisherman suplex, and it gets a ground and pound. And since Lucha into the corner was reversed, but then Lucha hits a clothesline out of the corner, then a spinning kick, and then another kick around, a bunch of kicks and leg sweeps and stuff like that. Then he hits a kick to the chest, and then a standing moonsault for a near fall. Then Lucha grabs Wardlow by the neck, tries for the choke slam. Wardlow grabs the wrist, sends it, and bats it away. Lucha chops and a kick to the chest. Wardlow sends him up and over, and then Lucha with a headbutt, and then grabs Wardlow again. Tells him, "I'm going to move out of the way on the outside," because it was going to choke slam Wardlow to the outside. But Wardlow grabs the mask and hits a headbutt, and then another one. Lucha fights back, but Wardlow takes advantage, looks for a superplex, and he hits it for a very near fall. As both men are down. Then they get back up, and Wardlow goes off the ropes, gets blocked, kick from Lucha, then another one. Wardlow hits the ropes, and then a nice Hurricane Rana from Wardlow. Then they go back and forth again. Wardlow locks the arm, but Lucha, it's a really bad Spanish fly. I mean, just like he tried to grab it, and he flipped over, and then Wardlow flipped over. It looked really, really bad. It was just really bad, and that's all I can say about that. Just bad. It's just horrible. And gets the near fall out of that. Wardlow goes to the outside on the ramp. Lucha gets out of the ring, grabs the head and lifts for a body slam. Wardlow floats over, locks the hips, and lifts Lucha and hits a power slam on the ramp as Jungle Boy checks on his friend Luchasaurus. Wardlow grabs him and sends him flying into Kip Sabian on the outside. And then the heels start attacking Luchasaurus. Marco flies in with the flip on the all little runt. And then they go back and forth on the ramp. Wardlow fights him towards the entranceway on the left side. They go back and forth until Brandon Cutler comes in and tries to fight Wardlow, but Wardlow picks him up and sends him flying off the stage. Then he sends Luchasaurus into the barricade on the stage. Marco Stunt comes up to attack, and Wardlow just presses him 5 feet in the air, and he throws him onto the lumberjacks. Then Luchasaurus hits a spinning roundhouse kick, and then he hits a shooting star press off the ramp on everyone below, which is pretty sick. I get that. Then everybody goes to the ring, and while back in the ring, MJF is on the apron to distract, and then Jungle Boy comes from the other side of the ring and spears MJF through the ropes with a suicide suicide plancha, whatever you want to call it, suicide dive, whatever you want to call it. And all of them are down and on the outside. Well, Wardlow gets the ring, kicks Luchasaurus in the nuts. Low blow in the nuts. Then he picks him up, spins him around, hits the F10 for the 1, 2, 3. So Wardlow gets the win. Match was all right. I gave it 3.25 out of 5 stars. Pretty decent lumberjack match, and Wardlow gets the win, and that's pretty much all you say about that. Afterwards, MJF attacks Jungle Boy and Marco Stunt, who are checking on Luchasaurus after the match. Then all the lumberjacks get in the ring, get a big, humongous brawl. Well, they were holding Wardlow and Luchasaurus back. Some hold MJF back, while Rick Knox tries to regain control. And then Tony Schiavone is informed that they signed Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy to take on the team of MJF and Wardlow at Fyter Fest. I believe that's night 2. So that should be a match. Not that I'm looking forward to it, but continues the MJF Jungle Boy storyline with Luchasaurus and Wardlow continuing on. We'll see what happens with that. So like I said, the match was pretty decent. And just make sure. Sorry about that. And that's that. So again, then we get a segment with Taz talking about analyzing Brian Cage's Jew Claw, and his moves and his legs and his hips, and finding the perfection at his cage, stuff like that. Just to hype up Cage a little bit. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. All right, then we see Britt Baker Dmd. Dr. Britt Baker Dmd, baby. is in a Rolls Royce with plexiglass around it, and she added a security guard with her, and she has Rebel at ringside, not with her as always. So we'll see what happens with her. She's sending Tony love notes. Is what it is, and that's that. All right, then we get Hikaru Shida coming out for her match, and she goes to the ringside area, starts shouting at Penelope Ford. Ford shoves her, and then Shida grabs her kendo stick. Looks like she was about to beat her up. So, but this really pissed off Hikaru Shida as we get to match number 2, and she's taking on Red Velvet, some woman in red. Lady in red is dancing on my lap. But it is what it is. This match lasted two seconds. 2. Hikaru Shida she hit her with a high knee, grabbed her, hit the Falcon Arrow, 1, 2, 3. The match was over, right there and then. Hikaru Shida wasn't playing. She was like, "I'm gonna fuck this bitch up, and then I'm gonna fuck up Penelope Ford." So she wins. Match she gave 1 out of 5 stars. Your semi-squash match of the week, I guess if you want to call it that. But afterwards, she goes out to the ring and hops over the barricade, starts beating up Penelope, sends her into the barricade, and referees and Ricky Starks had to hold them back. Kip tries to stop them, but then she gets slapped in the face, and then one of his lenses of his eyeglasses got busted up, and Leva Bates, the librarian, who got in between as well. And Ricky Starks was holding Kip Sabian's mouth, and Kip Sabian got pissed. So might see Kip Sabian versus Ricky Starks in the future. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. So so I gave the Aftermath 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's pretty much all I got to say about that. And we're gonna move on from there. All right, then we get to a press conference earlier in the day with Cody Rhodes, Brandy, Arn Anderson. You had Dustin Rhodes there, and you had a couple other dignitaries. One guy was holding a belt, and Jake Hager wasn't there. So they go to the question and answer portion of the press conference. Somebody from PWI, Pro Wrestling Illustrated, or Pro Wrestling Insider, whatever you want to call it, asked Arn if he's surprised by Hager's absence. So Arn says he took the opportunity to come and take a crack at Cody. He went to the back. Arn has been around a while. He's not some moron. He said the timing wasn't right. He's a big and tough badass, but it's just not the time. He says 30 seconds later, Cody runs in, sweaty and red, and says, "You don't think I can beat that son of a bitch?" And that's when Arn knew he accomplished what he wanted to do. He challenged Cody. He asks, "Does Hager believe what he said? Is he that stupid?" And he says, "Not showing up here today, disrespecting all these people, and Cody has only shown." And then Cody gets on the mic. Well, he's shown, and it's only shown like Jake Hager's a coward or something like that. That's what I think Arn said. I forgot the end of what he said. And then somebody asked Cody Rhodes about believing in the American dream and stuff like that. He said, "What does the TNT title mean to you?" And Cody Rhodes said it means hope, and talks about believing in the American dream, not the American nightmare. He doesn't have the best reputation. It's a bit of a Boy Scout. He takes wrestling very seriously because it's pro wrestling. He doesn't like that cookie cutter shit. But of course, it's fed him, and as long as he's been alive, he likes to fight, and he likes real wrestling, like professional wrestling. He likes to taste blood. It's a selfish feeling, but it pales in comparison to what we as viewers feel at home. And this is the hope he's talking about. And then he talks about the title. Says it's not even complete. This isn't. He talks about the belt not being finished. So actually, they actually brought it up that the title's not finished. He says this is the title that led us through the fog, losing our fan base, and losing the fans mostly. And it's an incomplete but beautiful situation. So that's that. And then Jake Hager comes in with his wife, fucking hot as fuck wife, by the way. I don't know how Jake Hager, he'd be probably banging that thing on a daily with that hot ass wife. Holy crap! So Hager comes in late. Cody's pissed off. So Hager looks at himself on a poster that's somewhere on the stage. Then he asks Cody if he's ready. Then he stand face to face. The belt's held in between them, like any press conference you've seen. With the fighters like going like this and posing for the camera. Hager holds his fist up. Cody looks to pose. Hager puts his fist right in the face of Cody. Cody slaps away. So Dustin Rhodes like, hey, not now, not now. He has to hold him back. So Cody turns, and then we see Jake Hager's wife grab a glass of water that was on the stage, throws it in Cody's face, and Dustin's like, get her out of here. Get her off the stage. Get her out of here. And then Cody's like, not now. And I was like, hold on. I got this. Says that they were done. We said, we're done. That's it. And him and Jake Hager and his wife leave the stage. So not the greatest press conference in the world, but still pretty decent and hypes their match on night 1 next week for the TNT title, which I think Cody Rhodes will retain. I really don't know who's going to beat Cody at this point. It might be Lance Archer, but if they get to that point, they start that feud again. But I think that ship has sailed. But we'll see what happens with that. So we'll see what happens with that, and we're gonna move on from there. So not a great press conference. I gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. So let me move on. All right, then we get to match number 3. Colt Boom Boom Cabana, who sucks dick, and his partner, Mr. Brody Lee of the Dark Order, taking on Sonny Kiss and Joey Janela, the bad boy. And you had the Beaver Boys at ringside. John Schuyler and Alex Reynolds there. So in their mask as usual, was at that. Match was okay. It wasn't great. So also with Brody Lee and Sonny Kiss to start. Sonny hits a Hurricanrana, springboards into a slap from Brody Lee, with a right hand. Lee sends Sonny into a ropes, misses a clothesline, goes for a wheelbarrow, but Keith Lee just shoves him aside. And then Joey Janela comes in. Colt comes in, and Lee tells him what to do. It's like, go get him. Colt hits the ropes, dives up and under, then gets hit with a clothesline. They start beating up on Colt. Tags in Sonny. Sonny hits the ropes. Joey bounces off and get a double team into a Boston Crab leg drop. Brody Lee comes in to Big Boot Janela. Grabs Sonny off the back of Colt. Sonny gets tossed over the apron, lands in a split position. Yikes. Then the Beaver Boys get some cheap shots in, and they send up Sonny Kiss in the ring. Colt hits a right, drops down with a splash, cover for a near fall. Colt sends Sonny into the post hard, face first. Ow. And then Brody Lee comes in. They start beating up on Sonny. Sonny comes back with some strikes. Hits the ropes, sunset flip. Colt drops his knees for a near fall. Then he kicks Sonny. Colt tags in Brody Lee. Lee with a snapmare. Grabs the head of Sonny. Looks for a suplex. Then he hits the suplex, tags in Colt. Colt again covers for a near fall. So Colt was basically, he was just like, Brody Lee was doing all the work, and Colt wasn't doing much, and he's like, oh, I'm going to take the pin. That's that. Lee grabs the leg and tells Colt to stomp on it. Referee has to hold back Joey Janela as Colt whips Sonny to the corner. Colt runs in with a splash, and he missed. Sonny with the right hand tags in a hot Joey Janela, comes in, puts on his corny looking glasses, hits a crossbody, then a jawbreaker, and then he hits the ropes right hand from Colt Cabana. Then a fireman's carry and and a Death Valley Driver by Joey Janela. Joey with the right hand to Brody Lee. Joey goes on the top rope, hits a moonsault to Brody Lee on the outside, while Sonny Kiss hits a moonsault on the other side of the ring to Colt Cabana on the outside of the ring. So as Colt into the ring, Joey goes in. He rushes the corner, hits an uppercut. Sonny comes in. Joey lays him across the rope. Sonny with an X kick. And then Joey hits a splash. Sonny hits a 450 splash. Cover from Joey for a near fall. Then Brody Lee sends Joey into the ropes. Brody sends Lee over the ropes. Sonny flips over the ropes, gets flipped back, and dives through the ropes. And then they double team Colt. Sonny dives. Colt with a roll for a near fall. And then Sonny Kiss hits an insecurity to Brody Lee. Colt's back up, hits an elbow to the head. And Sonny's on the second rope. And he dives onto the Dark Order, the Beaver Boys outside. Brody with a super kick to Sonny Kiss, laying him out. Joey with a suicide dive, but Lee sends him into the barricade. And sends Joey back in. He gets in. Hits a spinning discus lariat on Joey Janela. And I thought he was gonna pin him right there, but Colt Cabana comes in and Brody Lee's like, take it, it's yours. So Colt reluctantly gets the pin, 1, 2, 3, and he picks up a win like that he desperately needed, and that was that. So Colt Cabana and Brody Lee pick up the win. Match was all right. I gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars. So we'll see what happens with Colt Cabana and Brody Lee. The ever-growing is Colt Cabana going to turn heel and join the Dark Order? We don't know. So we have to find out next week at Fyter Fest. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. I think he will. Because Colt as a face is boring anyway. He's boring as a face or a heel. He's just boring. That's all I got to say about that. And we move on. All right, after the match, we see Lance Archer come to ringside and just beats the crap out of Sonny Kiss. Joey then throws a chair in his face, but that didn't do anything as Lance Archer got mad, kicks Joey right in the face, laying him out, and then we had Jake Roberts have to stop him. He's like, not now. He's done. That's it. He's not worth the time. Get out. That's it. It's over. So we'll see what happens with that as we get on. And I think at night 2, it's going to be Lance Archer and Joey Janela 1-on-1. That's going to be a boring as fuck match, but it is what it is. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. Fireworks are going off outside freaking door. Not even July 4th yet. It's next weekend, and they're shooting on fireworks. It's been going on since like April. I don't know where these people getting their freaking fireworks from. Probably from Mexico or something. Or maybe they stole them off Tony Khan or something like that. I don't know. They brought them all the way up from Jacksonville all the way up to New York and other states too. So I don't know where they're coming from. I don't know how these people getting these fireworks. It is what it is, but it's annoying. They're doing it till like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Freaking crazy. Just go to sleep, everybody. Just go to sleep and shut the fuck up. See, it's going. You probably can hear it. You may or may not be able to hear it, but it's outside my door. But people trying to sleep, they can't sleep because of this fucking shit. And just wait till next week. It's like you can hear it right outside my window. It's like right, literally outside my window. Like on the next block or something like that. Fucking crazy. That's all I gotta say about that. And we're gonna move on from there. And like I said, the chat room's open, so if you're coming in a little bit late, join in the chat. We'll talk some AEW for a little bit. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. That's it. All right, so Lance Archer beat the crap out of Sonny Kissing, and Joey Janela lays him out. And like I said, we have Lance Archer taking on Joey Janela next on night 2 of Fyter Fest. On Fyter Fest on July the 8th. I'm not really looking forward to the match, and that's pretty much it. All right, then we get to your match of the night. This was a great match. We had the Revival taking on SCU of Christopher Daniels and Kazarian. No Scorpio Sky. Obviously, I think he's home, probably quarantining or something like that. I think most people are going to be quarantining now. I mean, there was multiple people in the WWE got tested positive today. Renee Young tested positive. That's why Jon Moxley wasn't on tonight. He was in contact with somebody who has COVID-19, so he's taking precautions. He's quarantining himself. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. I don't know if the match with Brian Cage is still going to go on. Who knows at this point? I mean, it's going to be a week, so I think the match will still happen, and hopefully he doesn't get COVID in the next couple of days. But like other people in the WWE have had it. I think it's mostly indie wrestlers. I don't think anyone big besides Renee Young. And sad to see Renee Young come down with this fucking virus. Hopefully she self-quarantines, and hopefully she can beat it. I think she will. And same thing with Moxley. So praying for the Moxley duo, Moxley and Renee Young. Hopefully they get better, and they don't get tested positive. They'll quarantine. They'll stay at home for a while. But just fucking Florida, Texas, Arizona, Oklahoma, California, just getting bombarded with this second wave. We're calling it an outbreak. I'm calling it the second wave, because basically that's what it is. And Florida had like 5,500 new cases today. This is all because people who weren't tested are getting tested, and they're testing positive. That didn't have symptoms at the time. They're getting tested positive now. And two, because Florida opened early when they should have opened around the same time as New York. I think all these states should have opened in this month, in early June, not like late May like some of these states did. Like early right around Memorial Day, most of these states opened, and then it went to phase 2. Now they probably have to go back to phase 1. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, it's getting closer and closer to probably them going to be locking down. Like Florida, they're going to lock down. Arizona, they're going to lock down. Well, California's already on lockdown anyway. Supposedly, I think they're still on lockdown. I don't know. It's fucking crazy. While here in the Northeast, we're fine and dandy. New York City started phase 2 earlier on Monday. And Andrew Cuomo said that today that people coming from Florida and these battered states like Florida and Alabama and Arkansas and California, if they're coming into New York, there's a travel advisory that if you come from those states, you have to self-quarantine for 14 days. So that's what I'm going to be doing when I come back. When I come back from my vacation. It's not going to be a long vacation. It's going to be like a 6-day vacation. So I'm going to be away for 6 days. Well, basically almost a week. And then I come back. I got work the next day, which, I'm nervous coming back because I don't know what's going to happen, how I'm going to feel when I come back, how Rose is going to feel. But we're gonna self-quarantine for 14 days, see how we feel. Hopefully nothing bad happens. And something bad happens, we'll get tested. We'll go get the test and the fucking thing up your fucking nose. It fucking hurts like hell. It was like getting anal probed in the nose. That's what it is. But if something does happen, we start getting symptoms of it, we'll go right to the hospital, get tested. and hopefully we don't get tested positive. And if we do, we just we'll quarantine. If I get tested positive, hopefully I don't. But if I say if I did, God forbid, I'm just gonna have to take off 2 weeks of work, and I don't get paid, which sucks, because I need the money because I gotta pay bills, and if I don't have money for the bills and money for food, I'm up a creek. So, but I think we'll work out something somehow. If one of us gets tested positive, we're not gonna go anywhere anyway when we come back. But the only thing I'm gonna be doing is going to work. I might see my parents just like after work. If I have to work late, I'll go see my parents for like 5-10 minutes, 20 minutes at most, and that'll be it. I'm not gonna be hugging and kissing them and all that other crap. But but we're gonna take precautions going down there. We're gonna take precautions coming back. So 2 weeks after we come back, we're gonna be taking precautions and hanking down. So that's all I gotta say about that. So so after July 7th, well, as of July 17th, we're gonna be probably in lockdown mode for 2 weeks. So from the 17th to the end of July, we'll be in quarantine, and that's that. I think Rose might go away to Baltimore at the end of the month for a birthday, but I don't think it's a good idea. But because you're coming home and then you got to quarantine, you're not going anywhere. Why are you gonna go to Baltimore and possibly infect the rest of your family? I think it's a bad idea. But I don't know if she's gonna even do it. I think we're gonna stay home for 2 weeks, and then maybe she goes after the 2 weeks to Baltimore. But that's that. But yeah. But if you're going anywhere, like if you're going to Florida, or you're going to going to Jersey. I mean, Jersey would be fine. Just here in Jersey, it's fine and dandy too. I think we're gonna be starting phase 3 soon. If not, I think we're gonna start phase 3 pretty soon. That should be good. Hopefully, the casinos start opening up. I want to go to Atlantic City. Hopefully by the end of the summer. Maybe take a weekend off. Go on like a Saturday and come back Sunday, and come back Sunday night, and then work the next Monday. So I have some rest and relaxation over that part of the time, and hopefully by the time I get back, I'm not hoping by the time I get back, probably like mid-August. But before I lose all my vacation days, I want to use them up. Maybe use those 2 days for vacation and go to Atlantic City, go to the casino, gamble, and hopefully win a lot of money. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. All right, enough about that bullshit. Let's get back to AEW. So we get the FTR and SCU. Great match between these two teams. We start off with Frankie Kazarian and Cash Wheeler doing some wrestling, some old school textbook wrestling 101, old school wrestling. And Cash tags in Dax Hardwood. They look to double team, but Kaz backs up and the ref holds them back. Then they lock up and they go back and forth. Kazarian's in control, and then Cash Wheeler comes in, kicks Kaz, drives the knee to the back of the arm, knocks the fingers of Kaz, drops the knee onto the arm, sending Kaz down pretty slow. Kaz comes back. Kaz gets the ropes to break the hold, and then he flips out of the hold, reverses, gets whipped to the ropes, tags in Daniels, who hits a drop kick, sends Cash into the corner, and Cash comes up with a chop. Daniels comes back, then a headbutt. All 4 men are in the ring. They go back and forth with rights and lefts, just beating the crap out of each other. Cash sends Daniels over the rope with a clothesline, while Kazarian suplexes Dax over the top rope the hard way. Oof, that looked very dangerous. So we get all 4 men on the outside. And while on the outside, Cash hits an uppercut to Daniels. Daniels hits a chop. Cash hits a chop. Then he rakes the face. Meanwhile, Cash is pulling the arm of Dax into the ring post. Ow. They get back in the ring. Cash hits a clothesline, comes from near fall. But Cash has no one to tag to as Dax Hardwood, was out. Runs to do a kick out of the corner. Daniels with a snapmare, then tags in Cash with a springboard elbow and Daniels does a springboard elbow while Kazarian has a springboard leg drop for a near fall. Daniels comes back in. They double team with a kick and a blow to the back of the neck for a near fall. So they work on Cash Wheeler for a while. Just beating him up. Textbook 1-on-1. Tag in and out. But Cash Wheeler hits a running head scissors and then tags in Dax Wheeler, who beats up Daniels. He hits a suplex, kick the Cash onto Daniels, which had to hurt. Close line to Frankie, sending him to the outside. So he's going to work on both members of FCU. Because Dax with a slingshot suplex on the cover with 4 fingers up for a near fall. Goes for a power driver. But Daniels escaped. Cash flips for a sunset flip. Cash tries to hold on to Daniels' legs. In comes Cash to send Cash off the apron. Then an inside curl in the middle of the ring while the ref's distracted, and it looked like SCU had the win there. Cash comes in to change the momentum, giving Dax the pin for a near fall. Daniels with a running STO as both men are down. Then both men tag out, and they go back and forth. Excuse me. They go back and forth. Kazarian wins the exchange. He goes for a suplex. Cash hits an elbow. Cash misses a right. Cash flips over. Hits the backstabber. The Daniels with a kick before Cash can fall to the mat. Cash hits the unprettier for a near fall. Tags in Daniels. Cash tries to flip Cash on the Daniels, but Cash lands softly and sends Cash to the outside. Tags in Dax Wheeler. Cash holds Daniels, leg drop from Dax, cover for a near fall. Cash is on the apron. Dax sits Daniels on the corner. Hits a suplex, but he reverses him. But Daniels reverses him midair and lands into a pin for a near fall. Kazarian then grabs Dash off the apron. Tags in Kazarian. Cash gets tagged in. They double team, and we get a powerbomb neckbreaker combination for a near fall. Daniels comes in, looks for Angel's Wings, and he gets it. 1-2 and a kick out from Dax Wheeler. In comes Cash Hardwood. Cash Wheeler, and he stops the pin. Cash comes off the ropes, catches a leaping Cash, and scoop slams the crap out of him. Just like the boom, boom. Then Daniels sends Cash away, get a roll up for a near fall. Dax tags in Cash. They hit the Goodnight Express or the Shatter Machine. 1, 2, 3. They pick up their second win in AEW. They're undefeated at 2-0. So pretty good match. I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. And very good match. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. Great match between these two teams. And that's why the AEW tag team roster is fucking amazing. And that's all I got to say about that. Just fucking amazing. And that's all I got to say. Afterwards, Cash and Dax get on the mic. They said it must be maybe a shock, but they weren't exactly a welcome addition to the AEW tag team roster and AEW period. They are good guys in this world, and they are good guys and they are bad guys. Maybe they don't have the background like JR likes, the athletic background like JR likes, but they're the absolute baddest tag team on the planet. Then I think it was Cash Wheeler was speaking straight to Jungle Boy and his dumbass dinosaur. Just talks to Santana Ortiz, Proud and Powerful, to the AEW champs Kenny Omega and Adam Page, and even to the Young Bucks. So they name drop a lot of tag teams. They said congrats on graduating from the kiddie table, but now they're eating with the big boys, and FTR are a bit more than they can chew. They're the best tag team on the planet. Then we see the Butcher and the Blade in FTR's truck. Blade says this is a great truck and this fits the bill. Just a heads up, if they take one more step, he will take this pipe and smash the crap out of the truck. And then while they get distracted, we see the Lucha Brothers, Ray Phoenix and Pentagon Jr., the man with zero needle. They come in the ring. And then the Blade says they are challenging FTR to an 8-man tag team match. with the Young Bucks. As FTR would take on, and the Young Bucks would take on the Butcher and Blade and their partners. They have no fear. We get the Lucha Brothers. They attack FTR, just beat them up. Then they hit the Fear Factor Stomp combination on, I believe it was Dax, and they lay him out. They lay FTR out, and then the Bucks come out to make the save. A little bit too late, but we get that. So the Aftermath, I gave 3.5 out of 5 stars as well. So like I said, I think it was on night 2 of Fyter Fest. We're going to have an 8-man tag team match. The Revival and the Young Bucks teaming up for the first time ever, taking on the Butcher and the Blade and the Lucha Brothers, Rey Fenix and Pentagon. I think the Bucks and FTR will win, but we'll see what happens with that. And we move on from there. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. All right, then we get a Best Friends Kenny Omega Adam Page video package. It was pretty funny. Adam Page was comparing milk to Jack Daniels. Kind of funny. And Adam Page is like, they're good, but I'm still going to kick their ass. But they're good. That's all I got to say about that. So we'll see what happens next week on night 1 of Fyter Fest for the tag team belts. Kenny and Adam Page taking on Chucky T and Trent of the Best Friends. And I think Kenny and Adam Page will retain. But we're going to start seeing the seeds planted again, maybe a dissension between Kenny and Adam Page. And like I said, I think Adam Page is finally going to turn heel at All Out. And then we're going to start the Adam Page Kenny Omega saga, and which may go all the way to the next pay-per-view. I think it was in November. I think it's going to be not Revolution, Full Gear. I think Full Gear 2 they're going to do. I don't know. With the next pay-per-view after All Out, it might be Full Gear or something else. But we'll see what happens with that. So we get that. So I gave that video package 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we get a video package of Moxley and Cage ahead of their match next week. So that was pretty good. And then we get to match number 5. Brian Cage in action against John Cruz. Thanks for coming, John Cruz. Cage once again beats this Ham and Eager up from the start of the bell. Here's a flying powerbomb into the ring from the outside. And it calls for the end. Hits the Drill Claw for the 1, 2, 3. Match I gave 2 out of 5 stars. Just a typical squash match for Brian Cage. And he looks ready to face Moxley next week for the belt. And I don't think he's going to win, but we'll see what happens with that. Afterwards, Taz gets on the mic, wonders where he is. He's like, oh, he's right there up behind on his couch, sitting on his ass. He says, look at Cage. This is a man that put Moxley's body through an automobile. That was, I think, last week or 2. Cage came to work. Moxley's sitting at home with some BS excuse. He says Moxley's afraid, and he better be afraid of Brian Cage. He says it's coming, and Moxley's title's in grave danger. He will take the title, and Moxley is done. Brian Cage is unsafe. It would hurt him more than he's been hurt. And at Fyter Fest, ask yourself this question: can you stop the path of Cage? And we'll see what happens if Moxley can do it, or will Brian Cage become the new AEW World Heavyweight Champion? I don't think he will, but we'll see what happens. So I gave the Aftermath 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that was that. And we move on. All right, then we go backstage where we see Colt Cabana and Brody Lee. Colt feels good about the win. Says winning feels good. Brody's like, yes, it does feel good. We all suffer loss, but it's how we react, how Colt reacts. And tonight you show the world on Dynamite in the middle of the ring with his hand raised in victory. Now, please allow me to give you one more opportunity to join the Dark Order when they take on SCU on night 2 of Fyter Fest. So Colt's like, SCU? Wait, no, they're my friends. So Lee's like, it's okay. He says SCU, they were non-believers. They fixed that, and now he will bring his best men, and he wants SCU to bring theirs, and they are in Lee's sight, and that's that. Let me check if I have. Did I write down the card? No, I did not. I'll look for the card and just let me look for the card now. me see if I can get it up before we end the video. So we get that, and we'll see what happens with Brody Lee, Cole Cabana, and Stu Grayson as they take on SCU, all of SCU, Scorpio Sky, Kazarian, and Christopher Daniels. So we're gonna see that all of SCU in the ring next week, or not next week, in 2 weeks. That should be fun. It's gonna be a pretty fun match. Not great, but we'll see what happens with that. All right, then we run down the Fyter Fest card, which I'll get to at the end, near the end of the video. And then Britt sends Tony a love note. He reads it, and it's the Big Swole. Britt says, "I might have been in the dumpster for 9.5 to 10 hours, but you're still the biggest piece of trash on this roster, and I'm gonna have my revenge." Then we see Big Swole come up to the Britmobile, the plexiglass Britmobile. Britt says there's nothing she can do. I can't hear you. She's like, "I can't hear you. Like, you can't see me." She's like, Britt takes a glass or a martini or something like that. Goes like, toast Big Swole. So it's like, okay. Then she walks away, gets onto the top of the golf cart, and then she has a trash can, and she dumps the trash can all over Britt Baker. So Britt drops her apple teeny and starts getting pissed off, and she's like, "Rebel, rebel!" And I'm like, "Where the hell was the security guard? You just let Big Swole do that to him?" I was like that security guard is gonna get fired now. He's a fucking idiot. And that's that. All right. I'll get to Fyter Fest later. And let me finish this review up. We got nothing to do tomorrow. I'm off for 2 days, so. But we'll see what happens with that. I gotta take Rosa to the bus because she's got some errands to do tomorrow, and that's that. All right, then we get to match number 6. Was supposed to be Sammy Guevara taking on Matt Hardy, but since the allegations, what Sammy Guevara said to Sasha Banks, AEW suspended him without pay, and they made him go to sensitivity training. So he's probably gonna be out for like a couple weeks. Probably see him back after Fyter Fest. But we'll see what happens. So in this place is Santana with his buddy Ortiz as he takes on Broken Matt Hardy. Yes, wonderful. In his Matt Hardy Damascus gimmick, whatever gimmick he's up to this week, is Broken Matt Hardy. So pretty decent match, not great. It's also with Santana getting Matt in the corner, waits for the ref to break it and backs up with a smile. So goes, "Hey, Matt." Matt tries for a lockup and he gets one, back Santana in the corner. He hits a right hand and goes to work on Santana. Santana comes back with a right hand and then a right hand in the corner again and again, right to the face. And then we see Britt Baker throwing trash at Tony Schiavone and JR, which they didn't appreciate. And then we go back to the ring. Santana runs and Matt sends him up and over to the outside. Matt then goes outside, hits a right hand. He tries to send Santana into the ring post. And he forces open the eye of Santana, then hits a headbutt. Matt sends Santana to the barricade. Then he sends him in the ring, tries to enter as well, but Ortiz is there to stop him. Causes a distraction, and Santana hits a drop kick. He steps on the neck of Matt Hardy as the ref counts to 5 for the break. Santana hits a forearm to small the back, then another one, then he hits a back suplex for a near fall. Starts working on Matt in the corner, just starts beating him up. But Matt comes back, kicks out of the corner, right hand to the face, then with another one. Then a whip is reversed, and Santana whips Matt hard into the ground, into the corner, and Matt falls hard into the canvas. He covers him for a near fall. Then he goes back to work on Matt, sends Matt to the outside, right at the feet of Ortiz. Ortiz whips Matt, sending him back in the ring, right by Ortiz. Santana gets sent over to the apron. He has the shoulder block. Grabs Matt, flips over, and lands on his feet. Misses an enziguri. Then he locks in a waist lock. But Santana elbows out of it. Well, Matt got that. Goes to a side effect, but Santana flips out of it and hits a modified rock bottom for the near fall. Then there's a springboard moonsault for another near fall. Then he starts beating up Matt. Matt stops the whip. He kicks, and Santana headfirst into the turnbuckle, right hand to Santana. Then he's going to work on Santana coming back. And then Santana hits a headbutt, flies to the mat. Santana dies with a fork splash, but Matt rolls out of the way. Then Matt goes to work. They go back and forth with right hands. Matt gets the upper hand, dropping Santana. Sends him to the ropes. Matt hits a back elbow in the clothesline. And Matt is kind of limping on his leg, so maybe an injury. I don't know. A coach for a near fall. Matt with a deep head bashing in the corner. He runs with the elbow, gets sent away. Matt stops, hits a side effect for a near fall. As Santana kicked out at 1. Matt hits another side effect, goes for a near fall at 2. He lifts, goes for a third side effect. He hits that one, and still Santana kicks out. And while this is going on commentary, explaining why this may not be the best way to get a pin, but it is what it is. Santana flies off the ropes. Matt kicks him, goes for the twist of fate. Santana escapes. Matt kicks him, face plants Santana. Goes for cover, but there was no count. Ortiz then distracts, and Matt turns into a sit-out driver as he holds the leg for a pin, gets a near fall. Santana tried for a roll-up. Matt counters into a roll-up of his own for the 1-2-3. So Matt Hardy picks up the win. Match was okay. It wasn't great, so I gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that was that. Afterwards, Ortiz runs to the ring, starts attacking with that sock, with the sock jack, with the flapjack, not the flapjack, the sock with the baseball in it. I forget what they call it. The mad ball, I think they call it. Or it was quarters, I don't know what it was. Then he set Matt up. They hit the street sweeper on Matt Hardy. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So they lay out Matt Hardy, and that's that. And then Private Party come out to save their friend Matt Hardy. Ahead of their match, I believe on night 2, there's going to be Private Party taking on Santana and Ortiz, which should be a pretty good match. But we'll see what happens with that. And that's that. All right, that's pretty much all I got to say about that. All right, after that, we go to break, and we come back with the best wrestler in the world, Chris Jericho. Sadly, no Sammy Guevara singing this time. And then we see Jericho make his way out. Orange Cassidy's in the corner. He's leaning with his hands in his pockets, not looking nonchalant. So Jericho gets on the mic. He asks a question. He says, "Why did the chicken cross the road?" He says, "Guess to get to the other side." So that stupid joke that everybody knows by heart by now. He says, "It's a bit amusing when you first hear it, even if it's a little stupid." Yeah, it is. The more times you hear it, the more you realize how dumb it really is. And he calls Orange Cassidy dumb. He says he's the chicken cross the road joke because the more Jericho sees it, the more annoying he becomes, and it pisses him off. He says when he first heard his name, he thought it was stupid. When he saw the matches, he thought it was an embarrassment. And when he signed his contract, he called the higher-ups asking why. They all said the same thing, because people love him, and he's charismatic and all that stuff. Jericho watched some of his stuff, and he kind of got it. He has a unique presentation, dresses his own way, does things differently than other people do. So he does something that no one has ever done before. He says Orange did the unthinkable thing and got over on his own by being himself. And that's why people love him, because part of his appeal is he's a lot like us. He says he's lazy, a slacker, and made a mistake when he broke out of the lane. He praises himself, and he says Orange better be at his best come Fighter Fest, because if he tries that bullshit chin kicking, Joker's going to kick his ass and beat him in 30 seconds. This is at Fighter Fest, the Orange Cassidy phenomenon is over, because he will make sure Orange runs out of juice, no pun intended. And that's that. Then Orange Cassidy grabs the mic, looks like he was about to say something, but he puts the mic to the floor. Then he rushes at Jericho, does those stupid kicks. And then a super kick to the leg. Jericho gets pissed, and he grabs Orange Cassidy's sunglasses, breaks him apart right in his face. And that pisses off Orange Cassidy, who takes Jericho down, backs him in the corner, flies off the apron as Jericho tries to escape. He attacks Jericho in the barricade, then through the barricade. So it's beating Jericho up. Then they throw him into the guardrail. Jericho grabs the barricade, sends Orange into it. He uses the jacket to cover Orange's face, starts beating him down hockey style. Because, Jericho, his father is that guy, You know who he is. I'm not going to say who he is, but you should know who he is. And that's that. Jericho sends Cassidy into the ring post, but he blocks it. And then he sends Jericho face first into the guardrail, then into the stands where we saw a few fans. No, actual fans is what it is. Jericho grabs a water bottle, smacks Orange with it, drags him up the steps. Orange blocks the right, and then Jericho goes up with the right hand. Jericho tumbles across some seats, and there's girls in there, they're watching and watching when they're about to get freaking a guy just thrown on them. They don't even bother to move. Fucking cunts! What the fuck were you doing? I mean, can you just get up and move? Fucking cunts! I swear to God. So they start fighting in the stands. They go back and forth, and Orange Cassidy fights back, attacks the back of Jericho. Jericho with the right hand, sends him into a box of equipment. Then he takes the big camera thing, swings it at Orange Cassidy, hits him right in the face. Jericho stands at the top of the box, brings Orange up with him. Orange floats off, sends Jericho into the railing, and we see Orange Cassidy's his ear is busted wide open. I mean, he was gushing blood from that ear. Orange walks up the steps slowly. Orange runs down the steps, hits a Superman punch at Jericho, and then sends Jericho through a table that was right there. So he lays out Jericho through the table. Then he gets another pair of sunglasses and puts them on, and that ends the show. And that's that. So pretty good segment. I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. Sets up their match on night 2 of Fyter Fest, and we're gonna see what happens with that as we move on. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. So night 1 here's your card for night 1. We got Kenny Omega and Adam Page taking on the Best Friends, Chucky T and Trent, for the AEW Tag Team belts. We got Cody with Arn Anderson taking on Jake Hager for the TNT Championship. We got Akira Shida defending her AEW Women's title against Penelope Ford. Kip Sabian's going to be in a corner. Then we got Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy, and Luchasaurus with Marco Stunt taking on MJF and Wardlow. And then we got Private Party, Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Keen with Matt Hardy at ringside taking on Santana and Ortiz. And that ends night 1. So night 1 is going to be probably the main event would be Cody and Jake Hager. So we'll see what happens. Probably some segments thrown in for just to hype night 2. And we'll see what happens with that. And that's it. So night 2, we got was probably going to be the main event. AEW World Title match. Jon Moxley defending against Brian Cage with Taz at ringside. Chris Jericho versus Orange Cassidy in a grudge match. We got Lance Archer with Jake Roberts taking on Joey Janela. That's probably going to be a squash match, but we'll see. We got Nyla Rose in action against the ever-popular TBA. Probably Red Velvet or some woman. But Nyla Rose has a big announcement to make, supposedly. So I'm going to hear from Nyla after the match or before the match or somewhere in the night. So we got that. So we'll see what happens with Nyla. Then we got 6-man tag team match, Colt Cabana and the Dark Order of Brody Lee and Stu Grayson taking on SCU, Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian, and Scorpio Sky. Should be a pretty good match. And then we got the big 8-man tag team match, the Revival, Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood, and the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson taking on the Butcher and the Blade, and the Lucha Brothers, Pentagon Jr. and Rey Fenix. So that's night 1 and night 2. So pretty good stuff from AEW over the next 2 weeks. And like I said, NXT's is coming with the Great American Bash. I don't know if it's gonna be a 2-night event like Fyter Fest might be. That remains to be seen. I think it might be because WWE wants to one up anything that AEW does. They want to do better, but they probably won't be. And I think the ratings tomorrow are going to show that AEW was pretty they'll probably win again, or might be really close again. But that's how it's been the last couple weeks, really close, because both shows have been producing pretty good content. So next 2 weeks are going to be pretty big for AEW and NXT. Like I said, AEW's got Fyter Fest July 1st and July 8th, and NXT's got the Great American Bash, and then on July 8th you got Keith Lee taking on Adam Cole, winner take all. Somebody's going to walk away with both belts. It might be Adam Cole, baby, or it might be Keith Lee. I'm thinking it might be Adam Cole, baby, becoming a double champion, and then eventually losing both belts in the process. But we'll see what happens with that. But then again, they could give it to Keith Lee, and Keith Lee goes on a nice run with both belts. He's already has a nice run with the North American title. I think he's held it for like a couple of months, probably about 50, 60 days, maybe more than that. So he's got a nice little run going for him right now. So we'll see what happens with that on July 8th. But I'll talk about NXT tomorrow on my NXT review. So stay tuned for that on this channel. And that's that. And then Friday night, SmackDown review. Right after SmackDown, get you caught up on SmackDown. What's going to happen on SmackDown this week? Probably hear from Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman. What's going to happen with them? I think that's it. I didn't hear anything else on Friday night. I might have missed what's going to happen on Friday night. But it should be a pretty decent show. And we'll see what happens Friday night. And we'll get into the weekend, the final weekend of the final official weekend of June, as next week would be July 4th weekend. And big week of action. Like I said, next week we got Raw, we got Fyter Fest, we got the Great American Bash from NXT. And then a week after that, Fyter Fest Night 2, and a big match between Adam Cole, Bebe, and Keith Lee for both belts. Should be a good match. Probably be a big time match between those guys. And we'll see what happens, who comes out of that double champion. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So that's it for your AEW review. I gave AEW 7.25 out of 10 stars. Pretty good show, as always, because it's the best show on the planet. And on Wednesday nights, what else are you gonna watch? You're gonna watch NXT, even though it's a good, it's a good show, but I think AEW is better. That's all I got to say about that. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like the video. Hit that subscribe button down below. If you have any questions, put it down below in the comment section of this video. We'll possibly get to a Q&A maybe after July 4th. I don't think it's going to happen though, because I'm getting a root canal on my teeth right after July 4th weekend, right before I go on vacation. So maybe after the vacation, we'll get to a live Q&A on the channel. Hopefully we got a lot of people, and we'll see what happens with that. And that's pretty much it. So thank you for watching. I'm Peter Gilmore signing off on this late Wednesday night, early Thursday morning if you're on another part of the world. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So, and by the way, watch my Raw review after this video, or watch it before this video, whatever you want to do. Give it a like, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends all over the internet, and tap that bell to get notified of when I go live on my respective channels, so you stay in the loop and you never miss an upload. That's because if you miss out on my videos, you're going to miss out on a lot. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your Wednesday night. And even better, Thursday. I'll be back tomorrow with my NXT review right here on the channel. So get ready for that. We'll talk about the North American title match between Keith Lee, Finn Balor, and Johnny Gargano. Get you hyped up for the Great American Bash next week. Maybe some matches. Well, matches might be announced, but we'll see what happens with that. But we'll talk NXT tomorrow, and hopefully we get a nice chat going. But we'll see what happens. Probably do the video sometime in the evening, right around maybe 6, 7 o'clock, maybe 8 o'clock in the evening, and not too. I don't want to do it too late because I want to have all day Friday to myself because I got chores to do and I got a lot of shit to do because I got a big day Saturday with work, and then next week I got a big week. Got two long nights of work on Monday night and Wednesday night. Work until like almost 11:30 at night. Just fucking sucks. But money that you wish you had. And then July 4th I work for a couple of hours and I go home, enjoy the 4th of July festivities, watch the fireworks go off on TV and outside, of course. Have fun with the missus. So I don't think we're gonna do anything, but gonna have a nice July 4th weekend. And because I'm probably gonna be off July 5th, and then probably go back to work July 6th, and then I got my root canal the day after that, and then I'll probably have to work on that Wednesday, which I really don't want to, but I might have to. So I might be in pain. I'll be in a lot of pain that day. I might have to go home early. I don't know, but I'm gonna try to work something out with my boss. Maybe I can go in later, and I can go in maybe for a couple hours so I don't hurt my mouth because it's gonna be in a lot of pain after I get my root canal. And the only thing I'm gonna be able to eat is freaking soup for a couple of days. And that's pretty much what I got to say about that. I mean, I got a root canal before. I know how it goes. It's just a big pain in the ass. It takes like an hour to fucking do. So I'm gonna have fun in the dentist's office. But I'm gonna take the pain like a champ. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about that. And then right after that, probably work on either that Wednesday night or Wednesday morning, Wednesday night, and then maybe work that Thursday right after that, and then I'm on vacation. So after July, after well, I'll still be doing the videos, my Raw review, my AEW review, and my NXT review, my SmackDown review that whole week. And then after that, no videos probably till Friday night. I might do my NXT. I might just do an NXT review next on the 17th, and then do my SmackDown review on the 17th, and then we'll talk about Raw and on SmackDown. I'll talk about a little bit about Raw before I get into the SmackDown review. Then get into the SmackDown review for July 18th, and get you caught up. Right, I think that's the weekend of Extreme Rules, so I'll be doing Extreme Rules predictions probably on that Saturday. I think the pay-per-view's on the 21st, I think. Let me just check my dates. I know I'm going a little bit over time, and I don't want to do it. Let's see here. I think it's the 19th. I think it's pretty much. I'm pretty sure it's the 19th, because then right after that they got to build for SummerSlam, which I believe is on. I think it's August 23rd or August 30th, somewhere. I think it's right around that time. So they got to build up SummerSlam, which is I think 4 or 5 weeks after Extreme Rules, which I think they might do it in Boston. I haven't heard anything yet. And then NXT Takeover Boston might happen. I don't know, or they might just do it in the Performance Center again. I haven't heard what Boston's doing right now. I don't know what phase they're in. I don't know if they're gonna be at the TD Garden Arena or at Fenway Park. And if they're at Fenway Park, they're gonna be in an empty arena anyway, or they're gonna have little to no fans. But that's pretty much. And even if they do the TD Garden Arena, they're probably gonna have like fans maybe at 25% capacity. But who knows if they're gonna have fans at all? But we'll see what happens because right now, like I said, the COVID thing got WWE. A lot of multiple people got tested positive. Renee Young got tested positive. Moxley got exposed to somebody who had COVID, so he's self-quarantining. Renee Young's self-quarantining right now for the next 2 weeks. I think Mojo Rawley got tested positive, so he's self-quarantining, even though he was on Raw this past Monday night, which made no sense. I think it was taped before he got the fucking virus. So he's self-quarantining. A lot of the rookies that are in attendance probably got tested positive because they're not wearing masks, and the governor and mayor of Florida have ordered people wearing masks, which they should have done in the beginning. before when they reopened, even before the virus started, they should have been wearing masks, and then when they reopened, they should have been wearing masks and practice social distancing before they opened the beaches and all this other shit. That's what happens that's what happens. Now they're getting hit hard. Now they're taking precautions when they should have done it before they even reopened. Idiots. But I just hope the numbers start going down and not keep going up. They start going down before I go on vacation, and they don't lock up the cities and I can't go. And I have to probably rebook my flight, so maybe the first weekend of August or the first week of August. But we'll see what happens with that. But I'm gonna take the next couple weeks, next week and a half to see what's gonna happen, and hopefully they don't shut down the state and they don't have a travel ban going to Florida. I know they have a travel advisory going back from Florida. I just hope I don't get stuck there. And if I do, well, I'm probably going to be losing out on a job, which fucking sucks. But that's, like I said, I'm playing Russian roulette, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully, things get better in the next week and a half, 2 weeks. And that's that. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. I'm Peter Gilmore, signing off. Peace out. Rock on. If you're not down with that, I got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So I'll see you tomorrow for my NXT review. But for now, I'm out. Peace, bitches.